So I decided it was time to get the single cam out of the 8.6. So I spent an absolutely gorgeous evening over at the shop getting the motor out. Now, while this is not the original motor to the car, it is a really good 4AC that I had picked up from Jesse out of Tennessee. And I went up there, picked up the rear end, and then ended up just grabbing this too, because he was like, hey, you want it, take it. Just because the condition was unknown on mine, that, you know, of course, sitting for like 20 something years versus this one, which was a known running engine, it made sense to throw this in the car. The original idea with the car was to just get it running and driving with the single cam and enjoy it, put the body kit on it and just cruise it. Obviously that's gone away because, you know, I can't leave anything alone. I can't leave it simple. So single cam is out and the transmission is with it. Engine bay is opened up and ready to go. So I'm gonna start pulling everything apart, kind of sanding and painting everything. I've got a little bit of rust here in the battery tray area I need to fix. But other than that, there's no real major rust issues on this car. Little here's and there's, which are expected from an 80s model Toyota, but nothing horrendous. The idea was to originally build the 16 valve, which I'll go ahead and show you some of the stuff that I got for that motor. Picked that motor up from Corey, my buddy that has an 8.6 coupe here locally, and it's a really nice 16 valve that I had freshly machined. So head work is all done, brand new valve job done, valve seals, all the machine works, freshly honed, cranks polished and ready to go. Then I got all of these goodies, which I'm fixing to show you. So picked up a fresh TRD head gasket, which bumps the compression up from 8.6 Legends. And check out these amazing stickers they sent me. Thank you guys. I greatly appreciate the stickers. So got a TRD head gasket. I've got brakes, rotors. That's actually a timing belt for the 240. Then I've got a massive amount of other stuff. So brand new ARP head stud since I'm in there. Fresh oil pump, gaskets, I've got, you name it, it's in here. And of course, why would I not go with an amazing brand of King Racing bearings? Because I mean, on top of their amazing quality products, check out the name. Has to be great. I'm full of myself, sorry. But went ahead and picked up NPR rings. Everything's here and ready to go for the build, on top of getting this stuff. So check this out. This is an order thanks to Driven Racing for hooking me up. Alex, you are an amazing man. Driven, thank you guys so much for jumping in and helping me out with this build. You guys are amazing. But check this out. Driven sent me a whole box of BR40, their break-in oil, along with assembly gel and assembly lube for putting this motor together. So it's crucial whenever you're putting a brand new motor together, you want to make sure that every single surface that mates together that it's going to have any wear is completely lubricated to keep from scoring or damaging anything on initial startup. So obviously you're going to turn it through, try to build your oil pressure up before you start it. And then once you're ready to start it, you want to make sure you've got a really good oil in there that helps promote all of your break-in and not have any wear issues. So BR40 is an absolutely incredible oil that helps promote all your mating surfaces to seat correctly and keeps a low detergent so that you can make sure everything gets seated and broken in correctly. After that's flushed out, I've got a case of Driven oil back there that I will swap over to and be ready to rock and roll with this motor. So again, Driven Racing, thank you guys so much for the hookup. I'm excited. The 240 is on Driven Racing oil. The 8.6 is now on it. And when the FD is done, I've actually got something special cooking on the FD. But the K series that's in the FD will be running on Driven Racing oil as well. Again, you'll have to excuse the mess. I've just been going after it, trying to get as much done as possible. But the 16 valve is sitting here. The crank's here, ready to go. Head I've got stored away. And hopefully next week, I'm going to go ahead and start that motor. So the original idea, like I said, was to put the 16 valve in this car. I'm going to go ahead and make a video building that motor, showing the use of all the Driven Racing products, showing how I put that motor together and get it ready basically for break-in and have it ready. Going to preserve that motor and put it aside for a rainy day or for probably another project car because, you know, this is my second 8.6 and third Corolla with the other one being a 1970 KE11 that I had. But anyways, the idea is to use the 20 valve that I just got for my 8.6 just because everything bolts up. It makes sense. It's fuel injected. It's got glorious ITBs. I picked up this thing on a steal and I told you guys about it. I've just been so geeked out over having it. Sorry, gimbal. But the idea is to go ahead and get this in the car. Try to use the factory harness and ECU if I can. If not, guess I'll be hollering at Link ECU to pick myself up a really good ECU for it. Plug and play, drop it in, go to Forrest and have him get the car ripping and making some great noises. So, what else? Yeah, so that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the engine bay cleaned up and start getting ready to go. Try to get these listed on Marketplace. I posted them up a couple months ago and then just got busy, wasn't able to get them out, had some interest. So gonna hit those guys up and be like, hey, do you guys want these? I just don't have the heart to scrap things that come from these cars, or frankly, any of your old Japanese cars, just because these things are getting so hard to find. And there are guys that basically kind of like my original plan, want to just keep their car running and driving, don't want to deal with all the hassle of swapping to a GTS motor or, you know, a 16 valve, a 20 valve, a Beams motor, SR, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of guys that just want to enjoy their cars for what they are, which is great. So I've got a metric mess of 4AC parts from this engine, compressor. I've got a whole second engine and all sorts of other stuff with it. I'm going to make somebody a cheap deal for a couple $100 and get it out of my hair. And that makes my heart happy because it's not scrapped and somebody else puts it to use. And then from there, it's going to be go time. The Celica Super rear end is outside and I need to get it power washed and cleaned up, start ordering parts for it. I'll hit up Weir Performance and make a big order, get all my bearings, clutch pack, whole 9 yards, and get that thing ready to go. So the idea is to get this car ready for TogeCon, and that is the plan, so I have started on it. So anyways, with that being said, I'm going to hop off here. Look for a video soon of the story of the 8.6 and how I actually got this little guy. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later. Be safe.